Here we have the inside of the Elddis Majestic 185. If we firstly come to the main control panel, just here, we can turn the 12 volt on. Beside the main 12 volt button, we then have the water pump. Water pump on and off whenever the actual pump is running. We will get a green illumination to let us know. Underneath the water pump, we then have awning light on and off, and all of the lights on and off inside the motorhome. The lights can then all be individually turned on and off on their own switches. This button here lets us know the condition of the leisure battery, and this button here lets us know how much fresh water is on board. Beneath that, we then have the whale control panel for the heating and hot water. You will see we have water heating and then heating beneath. If we start with the water heater, you will see as I press a series of different icons will appear until we eventually end back up at off. So if we start with the first icon, this is the boiler's frost protection mode. So if you have water in the boiler but you do not necessarily want to be heating it up, you can leave it in this mode here, and then if the external temperature drops below 3-4 degrees, it will then just come on just to avoid frost damage. After that, we then have a single wavy line. Wavy line represents mains electricity, so we're now using nearly 1 kilowatt. Two wavy lines, nearly 2 kilowatts. If we don't have main supply, we can run on gas, and we can also run in dual fuel. So we can run on a mixture of gas and mains at 1 kilowatt, and a mixture of gas and mains at 2 kilowatts. The dual fuel is extremely handy, especially if you want to get hot water virtually instantly. Whenever you are actually using gas, you will get a little flame appear where my finger is here. If there is a problem with the boiler in any shape or form, so if you haven't turned your gas on or you're not connected to main supply, etc., it will throw up a little red exclamation mark where my finger is here. To work out what the problem is, then just press this button here and you'll get a series of little red lights, and then in the manual it will tell you what the problem is. If you think you've rectified the problem, you will still need to reset the control panel, and the way you do that is, if it's a heating problem, you hold the button here and then press the plus button together, and if it's a heating problem, you hold this one here and this one here together. As you can see, we're now using gas to heat the hot water as well as main supply. And then if I then press again, we can turn back off again. The heating works very similar. So again, you'll see as I start pressing, we get the series of icons until we eventually end back up at off. Again, main supply, but this time about 500 watts. Two wavy lines, about 1 kilowatt. And 3 wavy lines, about 2 kilowatts. Gas again, and then the dual fuel mode. We control the temperature on the plus and the minus just here. Whale recommend the moon as a night mode, low heat, and secondly the fan will be quiet. And if it is just a warm day and you just want to circulate the air, you can just put it on the snowflake just here. Again, whenever you are consuming gas, you will get the little flame icon to let you know. To drain the boiler down for winterization, we just need to go underneath the bench seat just here, and you'll see the yellow lever just there, currently in the closed position.
to drain down. Make sure the water pump is turned off, and then just turn across to the side just here to refill, put back into the position it is now, fill up the fresh water tank and turn the water pump on.
Next we have the microwave. Do make sure that the contents are removed for travel. Fairly normal as microwaves go. Quick start, stop just here. Power setting, you can obviously select time just by rotating here as well. The microwave is plugged in just here, and beside that we also have the solar panel regulator. We do not need to do anything with it. It will just smart charge the leisure battery as it's required. You'll see there's a solid green light on at the moment, letting us know that the leisure battery is at optimum level. Whenever it is actually popping a charge in, it will steadily flash green. The Dometic fridge operates just here, so we're off at the moment. Main supply on the picture of the 2-pin plug. 12 volt maintain for when we are driving to keep itself cold. And then lastly gas. If we are going to use the unit on gas, we then need to come across to the temperature control. We need to hold it in and then press the igniter, and then this part here will drift out of the white into the green to let us know it is lit. There we go. As soon as we turn it to something else, it will then put itself back out again. Just push down to open. We have the removable freezer compartment just here with the clips just underneath holding it in. To vent it when not using the motorhome, just push in on this plastic part here and slide towards you, and this will then hold the door on a jar. I can now hear the heating has come into operation, so I'll just show just here. Next we have the hob with the electric hot plate. Electric hot plate operates on this dial here, and then we have the gas burners. Fairly normal stuff. Push in, twist and push the igniter. Beneath that we have the grill. Again, push in and then press the igniter. And then the oven beneath. Beneath the oven we have some of the gas isolation taps for the appliances. They are all in the on position and in my opinion can stay like that. I always say if you do smell gas in the van, always go to the bottle itself and turn it off. Also in here you will find a plug plugged in, which is for the electric hot plate. In the overhead locker just here we have the Teleco directional television aerial. Undo the collar and then pop the mast up and get it into the position you require, and then lock back in. Do not over tighten the collar because you can split the plastic. We can also flip
from the horizontal position to the vertical for additional tuning if required. Do make sure that the mast is back down for travel. And on the back wall here we have the digital amplifier on and off just here, and then control the boost just there. Television plugs in beneath, so we have 12 volt aerial fly lead in, 2 main sockets and USB charge points. The consumer unit is located underneath the single bed. So we have the trip switches just here, so we've got the individual MCBs, the main RCD and test button just here, and then beneath that we have all the 12 volt fuses just there, and again all labelled up. Quite difficult to show on camera, but tucked just down here where this sticker is, there is a switch, and that is the isolator switch for the automatic tank heaters. Both the fresh and waste tanks have heaters, and if this button is turned on, if the temperature outside drops below 3-4 degrees and there is water in the tanks, it will then come on to prevent frost damage. If we now go underneath the bed, you will find the inlet for the space heater just here, the water pump and surge dampener, and then the back of the consumer unit and the battery charger is located just here. If we now move into the washroom, we have the basin and the shower cubicle just here. Do make sure that the travel catch is across to avoid any damage to the shower screen when you are in transit. Thetford toilet just here. Open to the cassette just on the grey lever here. Push to flush on the blue button. Level indicator just here. We then have the wardrobe, above my head we have the Omnivent fan. To operate this, wind to raise the roof vent itself, middle button turns the unit on, and then we have arrows out for extraction, arrows in for cooling, and variable fan speed just by pressing. Do make sure the roof vent is down for travel. The motorhome is fitted with an alarm, so we have a PIR sensor in the roof just here, so every now and then just press the button and the red light will flash for a few seconds just to let you know it's working. It is wireless and does require batteries, no different than the carbon monoxide alarm and smoke alarm situated just here. To use the alarm, it is incorporated into the main Peugeot fob. So when we arm it, this also locks the cab doors as well, and we get a single chirp. When we unlock it, we get a double chirp. What we can also do is put the alarm in what's known as pet friendly mode. So we are basically disarming the internal front sensors and this rear sensor here, but leaving the sensors on all the doors. All we need to do is press the button once and get the single chirp, and then press it again to get a high-pitched chirp to let you know it's in pet friendly mode. As soon as we unlock again, it will go back into factory. Because with your second set of keys you only get a basic key, you do get an alarm fob here. So we do have arm and disarm just there.